Hey there, insurance dudes and dudettes. This is Craig Pretzinger, and you are tuned into the Insurance Dudes podcast, the second episode of 3 parts where I'm talking about how to scale your insurance agency without losing your sanity, if you still have any left. So, in our last episode, I discussed the foundational elements of running a successful insurance agency, implementing efficient systems and processes. I dived into the vital role of automation, the art of delegating tasks, and also how a good CRM system can revolutionize your business. We also touched on this crazy trap, being perpetually busy without making any progress. So, today, we're going to take those insights just a little bit further. I'm going to be examining how those concepts contribute to a broader goal, cultivating a positive and productive work environment. A challenge, no doubt, but with the right mindset and the right tools, it's entirely achievable. So here's the first piece of creating this positive and productive work environment. It's effective communication. This is one of those things we can think about. Most conflicts that occur start as a result of communication breakdown, right? Where a message is sent, whether that's a verbal message, an email message, a text, and really the more you take the person to person out of it, the greater the chance of that communication breaking down. So we have to be very mindful of the message that we're sending because it's going to be perceived and received differently by that person that's getting it if it isn't clear. So we have to be really clear. We have to be really clear with our communication if we want to be effective. So that involves having meetings, but these meetings have to be focused and goal oriented. So it requires that you do one-on-ones with your team. You want to allow for open and honest feedback from them about you and for you to be able to give them honest feedback, right? This isn't a beat each other up situation. This is a how can I be better? If we can actively listen to our team about how to be better, about what they need, they may have some insights into how you could manage them that may be more effective. If you have to deliver tough news, use the shit sandwich delivery method, right? We're going to put that tougher piece in the middle of the sandwich, right? That's the quote unquote crap there. They're going to remember the positives and they're also going to remember the feedback was delivered amongst that stuff, and it should help a lot. So it's also about setting clear, attainable goals and tracking progress towards those goals regularly. So there should never be a situation where your sales team doesn't understand the expectations that you have for them and then how to get there, right? Again, as the agency owner, we're going to be making it rain with the leads. You have to make them busy and then you can hold them accountable, right? There just isn't enough time in the day for them to be doing all the prospecting too.
Looks like my time is up.
So they need something to work with. It's an interesting business in that many agents expect their salespeople to not only go out and find the opportunity to quote people, but then to also close them. And there just isn't enough time in the day. It's very difficult, right? There aren't 16 hours in the day. So now let's talk about accountability. We are talking about accountability, but let's not forget how important it is. So those weekly one-on-ones are going to ensure that they're on track, that they're aligned, and that they understand those goals. Really critical. Strive for that clarity and simplicity. Keep it simple. We don't want to make it tough for them. Make it very easy. You got to make sure that everybody knows the numbers and the expectations so that you can hold them accountable. Accountability is critical. And finally, let's talk real quick about work-life balance. This is a term that's thrown around a lot these days, but how many of us truly practice it? And how many of us push this towards our team to really ask that they too maintain a work-life balance? Full-time 168 hours a week of work is not going to get you there because you're going to burn out, right? It's the recipe for burnout, and then you're done. So they're going to mimic the leader that's in place for them. If they see that you work 200 hours a week, I used to think that was like a badge of honor. Hey, I get there earlier, I leave there later. I think that we actually need to do a little bit of the opposite. Show that as the business owner, we don't need to be there, right? Give them something to aspire to. Now, all of them aren't going to want to be business owners, but at the same time, many of them are. So when they see that you have that work-life balance and then you create the opportunities for them to have the work-life balance, as in, hey, you hit your goals, maybe you get a day off at the end of the month, right? People love time off. Time is more valuable than their money, right? So take that away. I might have said finally, but I forgot I had one more thing and it just came to me, team bonding. So this is more than just having fun, putting beanbags in the office or a dartboard or a foosball table, making it like Google to work at. That's great. work environment is good, but it's not simply enough just to tell them what to do, right? We can't just say, hey, I put some beanbags, go do it. We need to guide them towards where they're going. We need to establish the measurable KPIs. And we certainly take those KPIs and attach them to some win that they can then bond as a team, right? Because if the team, as you build and scale your team, if they enjoy working together and they enjoy each other's company, they're more incentivized mentally, right? They're more checked in to come to work. They're more checked in to meet their neighbor. They're more checked in to spend more time getting it done because they're actually having fun. And this can be fun. So again, team bonding is huge. You could do retreats. You could do trips. You could all go somewhere. So that, my friends, is another agency playbook. I went a little bit longer than I thought, and I hope you played out the whole thing and you went the distance. We appreciate you. Don't forget, if you want to get more, if you love what you're hearing, we do have a checklist for how to scale and use it with internet leads. And that's the way that we do it. You can jump over on the website, download it. It's free. You just got to put your info in there and it'll unlock it. So we appreciate you listening, and we will see you on the next Agency Playbook for Insurance News Podcast.